Hello, everybody, and welcome to 18Palmas Open Dealing Room. Welcome, everybody, together with Bertram. So, Bertram, hello. As you all know, we are doing this together with ex-Forex professional with 30 plus pro years in Forex, Bertram Zeitz, and myself as a rookie trader that wants to learn as much as possible. However, I do have quite some idea on software and startup development. So I'm in crypto for 6 years, so it's a kind of a fundament. It's clear to me, but unfortunately, that's not nearly enough to do successful trading. On some previous events, we had nice discussion about several coins, which we will do as well today. This became somehow a regular topic for the discussions. And as well, we do some trades. Today, I'm in deep minus, I must tell you. So if somebody else did at least one trade, although he didn't do a profit, probably he's going to be a winner, because as long as I know, Bertram did not trade as well this day due to his the other obligations during the day. So this was in short. However, I don't want to go straight into our regular program, but would rather today start with something that seems to be quite interesting for people. I mean, I get many questions regarding this. And just before I start, let me mention our sponsors. So Palmatrix with Palma Virtual Assistant on Telegram, where we do the trading competition trades. So it's kind of now the preparation period, and everything is hosted on 18 digits, where on forum you can ask everything. I'm as well posting there some updates. You can find the Zoom link there, and Coin Market Alert for exclusive alerts that can be used together with Palma and can be connected through Palma Executor. So you can get an exclusive alert and execute the trade with a single click. All right, so that makes us in a position now to start. Bertram, I will first try to remind us where we were left on our last session. I remember we were talking about Forex versus crypto, and I asked you, what do you think is the biggest difference? And your answer surprised me. And still, until today, I'm not sure if I understand that correctly. Okay, I mean, I know what is it about. So it's the play of the big guys, so to say. Okay, Forex. Whereas crypto is more free of these, men from the back, or how should I put it? Could you elaborate a little bit more and tell to today's guests what the hell is going on in the back? Who is there dictating? And it always reminds me. You've seen these jokes, when somebody's trading crypto, and then there's a picture with somebody on the phone saying, "Drop him now, drop him now." Like it's like like they're playing with you, but seems like something like this is happening on Forex, or what?
Okay, so coming back to the basics, what I said is, I mean, the big difference is, of course, that normally in crypto, you do not have any governance. You do not have any central banks. You do not have any other institutional or official organizations that actually dictate something like an interest rate or so on. Yeah. So, and this is the big difference. I mean, crypto is pure offer and demand. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is how it's working. Of course, it's always connected also to the usability or to the strength of the project behind, or every token has somehow a kind of business, if you want, behind it. Yeah, besides Bitcoin is actually, I think, the only one which is which doesn't really have anything. I mean, you can't build anything on the Bitcoin, right? So it's just the Bitcoin as such. Yeah,
you can, but you have to know how to program. Okay, so you practically need to do either a fork or use the code. But yeah, this is
yeah, but in the basics, I
low
mean,
level.
it's not built
Yeah,
to have
you
smart
you
contracts
can
or
use,
anything.
exactly. Yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah. So, but
Uh,
I think the big difference is you don't have any politics. Nothing. Nobody can dictate that there's a change of parameters in the currency itself, like in interest or something like that. Yeah. There's no centralized decision on cryptocurrencies, if you want, like that.
yeah. So guys and ladies, we are coming a little bit, so to say, realizing somebody's. I can hear myself probably. Can somebody, Bertram? It's maybe you.
Is it me? Do I have an echo?
I can see. I can hear myself.
Wait, I'm mute. Wait.
Now it's better. Yeah, now it's better. So I will try to elaborate. So if we are talking about Forex, we need to be aware that we are talking about the fiat currencies, so to speak, okay? And fiat currencies are not just, just money, like I used to think years ago, right? It's actually a huge organization behind it, okay? And it has parameters, as you mentioned, through which governments somehow control what's going on with this fiat money, okay? They can, so you're saying that they can affect the price relations between, I don't know, dollar and euro, okay? Now, that doesn't surprise me. However, when I was thinking of it, I haven't thought about it actually. But lately, I stumbled upon like, yeah, United States is deliberately holding the US dollar lower because they want to enable their or
Exports.
exports, exactly, international
Yes.
business. And at that time I was as well surprised. How can they hold the dollar low? But yeah, obviously they can, right? And these are the relations that Bertram, you're talking about, right?
Yeah. And I mean, and talking about the States, I think the most important thing we've seen over the last 2 years is actually another factor compared to crypto, and that is supply of the currency. Yeah. I mean, apparently statistics say that 20 or 25% of all cash in US dollars has been printed in 2020, of all supply that ever was created. I mean, you don't have that in crypto. You can't just all of a sudden say, okay, I'm just going to print another, or I'm just going to mint another, or create another million or billion token. Yeah, this is set from the beginning. Yeah, or the rules are clear. Yeah, however the token works.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying, actually, the supply is actually the second thing that affects the value, right?
Of course.
That means that, so you're actually talking about printing the money right now, is that correct?
Exactly.
So just to give another perspective, I heard that just days ago there was the second big chunk of US dollar printing confirmed. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. And I mean, it's clear if there's more supply, the value is less. Huh?
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, let's just make it clear. When we are talking fiat to crypto relation, we will be seeing, that means that we will probably seeing in the future crypto and gold go even more up because of printing
Yes.
more money, right? But what happens when we are talking, for example, dollar against euro in this case?
It really depends on well, what kind of, at the moment, all the central banks in the world, more or less, they're running the same politics. And that is keep interest rates down. There's no inflation. You have negative interest rates in many countries, many currencies.
Okay.
Everything that they're trying to push the economy. Yeah. And the only thing they're doing actually at the moment is pushing the share prices and the indexes. Yeah, I mean,
right.
For me, it's a great bubble, because if you create artificial demand or buying power just through printing money, I mean, it doesn't work. Huh? End of the day,
yeah.
End of the day, so it's a big bubble building up, I think. But it will keep on building in the equity markets, because people don't know what to invest in. Yeah, I mean, you don't get any interest rates in the bank. You even get punished if you have too much money in the bank.
It's happening in Slovenia.
So and the classic way is to do, okay, you buy shares. Yeah, equity.
So
but the part of this will go into crypto now, and
yeah,
if you look at again, if you look at the total market cap of crypto, it's
obviously,
I think it's more or less the same as Apple, yeah, or not even.
No,
yeah, it's even less than Apple. Yeah,
it's a little bit less.
It's less than Apple.
It's
even
a little above 2 trillion, and crypto is a little bit below 2 trillion.
Yeah.
So, but we're coming there. We're coming there.
yeah, but this is only one share. Imagine, this is only one equity of one company. Yeah, so this is where I see the potential, because people will look for alternative investments, and with all the DeFi products coming up now and things like that, this will push big time. Yeah.
Okay.
The crypto market.
So we I mean, it's all this good. All this reflects on any kind of investments, as you can see, people. But let's get back. I think we derailed a little bit from Forex, okay? Because what we want to really get more deeper dive here is discover more differences between Forex and crypto, okay? Because there are many people that are good Forex traders or experienced Forex traders, but they're coming into crypto and they stumble upon many issues, so to say. And this is the core of today's meeting. And I have another question, so to say. So we kind of said there, when you see in the Forex, okay, when you're at Forex trading, you need to be aware that there are centralized powers that regulate everything. Okay, so you need to be following this, right? What's happening there, and those information are the ones that are hard to get, at least at the right time, right?
Yes.
You ask me, I'm sure that there are a bunch of people, let's say like this, okay, that get those informations first. So, for example, that United States will keep their dollar down to enable more international business, okay? For example, I'm just stating this example. So this is the downside of anybody trading in the Forex. Now on the other side, on the other hand, we have crypto. And with crypto, how is it in crypto with the news? How do you see this? I mean, is it fair for everybody? Can we all get the crypto information if we follow the right media. So let's say that if our information accessible publicly in real time, or do we have a similar situation in crypto as well, that informations are kept for a closed group for the real time, and then they are put out when let's say the big guys are already in position? What do you think?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you have, let's say, internal corporate-based decisions of a company that has its own coin, of course, there's always people who will know first because somebody takes some decisions, but it's not on the currency itself. Yeah, so it's actually on, yeah, general information, partnerships, new developments. It's things like that. Yeah. But you don't have like a Federal Reserve meeting where they decide if they're going to lower or put up the interest rate.
I understand.
So and that has this has an influence on every single forex currency in the world. If one of these centralized guys do something, if a token announces that they have a new partnership, then it's actually concerning this one coin or token, and maybe two, because the one they partner with eventually, if there's a token as well. But it doesn't have the big, it doesn't mean anything for the rest. Yeah, directly at least.
I see. So what you're saying, if I may elaborate again, in crypto, okay, big guys do have decisions, okay, for, I don't know, let's say Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin has a I don't know, summit on something, and they come up with some decisions, what they're gonna do next, okay?
Yeah, but they could imagine they would say, you know what, we thought about it. We skipped Ethereum 2.0 because we know we're already behind the development and this at the stage where crypto is at today because we took too long time. We are joining Polkadot instead. Okay, what do you think is going to happen? Yeah,
yeah, of course.
So, yeah. But again, this has then an influence on. Okay, Ethereum maybe is a bad example because there's so many ERC20 and ERC. I don't know what token.
Yeah. This is unreal, but what I wanted to add here is that actually these decisions in crypto, okay, so they decide they will do something. We don't know actually, and they don't know as well, if this is going to affect prices to go up or down. Is that correct?
Normally, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because in fiat, so in forex, when they make a deal, make a decision on interest rates,
yeah,
then it's inevitable what is going to happen with the certain fiat currency. Is that correct? So we have in both cases, so forex and crypto, we have decision makers that do affect changes. However, in forex, they know how this change is going to affect the price, right?
Yes.
In crypto, they don't know. They can speculate, but they don't know actually. So this is very, very interesting. This is very interesting for me, because it tells me that it's more fair on crypto than in forex, at least for when we're talking about usual traders, right? Like I want.
Yes. Yeah, because when something is decided for a token or for a coin, it's affecting this token or coin normally, nothing else. Yeah. You can nearly compare it a bit to equity somehow. Yeah, if a company decides to do an equity split, yeah, good. This company did an equity split. So what? Yeah. But if somebody puts up or down interest rates, yeah, but this is global economy. Yeah.
Yeah. I see. I understand. Cool. Right. So let's say we kind of view forex and crypto right now from a macro perspective. Let's go now into some other perspective as well. Now, for example, one thing that I am definitely sure about is that you guys from Forex, you are very, very surprised about crypto when it comes to volatility. Is that correct?
Yes, but it's connected to volume. You know, when the market is that small and when you have lots of tokens where, I mean, to make a market move in the dollar, for example, because of the volume of the market of 1 of 2 or 3%. Imagine the amount of dollar you need to be able to do that. Yeah. So because there's so much liquidity in the market and so many different interests, so it's kind of balancing. You have importers, exporters all the time matching each other, and so on and so on and so on.
All the books are full. Liquidity
yes, and it's a global thing again, because I mean there's only I don't know how many currencies that are out there, but there's not many left. You have dollar, you have euro. Let's take the top 10. Yeah, the rest nobody really cares about. So there's actually 10 currencies. In crypto we have 7,000 token. Yeah, and everyone is in a kind of I mean, even Bitcoin. I mean, take $1 billion in the forex market and say, okay, I buy $1 million against euro. Nothing, hardly anything will happen. Yeah, it will just be absorbed by the market.
Yeah.
Do the same in Bitcoin. You have a movement of 6-7%. Yeah. So it comes down to the liquidity and to actually the market volume. What is there? So, and of course, if you have small volume, relatively small volume, and somebody comes in with a big order, I mean, that's why I think we saw the moves in Bitcoin like this. There's a few people who bought some big chunks or relatively big chunks for the crypto market. And these guys were not traders. Yeah? They're buying them and they're putting them in a drawer. So that's why Bitcoin's not going down anymore, because these coins are missing. Yeah. In the overall volume.
Yeah. I mean, maybe on Bitcoin nowadays, it can be hardly seen, even if you enter with 1 million, okay? Because the volume is getting bigger and bigger, right?
Yes.
But I remember when I established in 2016, I established an Institute for Research and Development of Blockchain Technologies, and we were researching. This was like a fun project within the money-making project. I was analyzing how much money is driven through Monero, right? Because on Monero you cannot be tracked, right? And you can see like sudden drops for 5 to 10% on Monero on, I don't know, USDT market or whatever, right? I mean, the arbitrage was already covered very well, because arbitrage is actually are the ones that are leveling different exchanges, but still you still you could see like 5-10% drops, and I was able to calculate exact amount volume of the money that was, you know, pushed through Monero, and I could see like patterns 3 times per $250,000, for example, something.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a fun experience, but I remember this right now, as you mentioned. Yeah, the volume really affects these movements, and but probably you agree, in the future we will see less and less and less volatility, so to say, because of this fact, because the more we have volume, the less we have volatility, right?
Definitely. I mean, the more market participants there are, the more orders there are in the market. This is how it works. Yeah. So
one more thing.
No, this is just logical.
Yeah, one more thing. When it comes to volatility, you know what is as well comes to my mind. Okay, let's put a little bit this volume to the side, and it's a dollar and euro. You know, if you compare them, right? I mean, it's obvious that you know, today I pay $2 for one bread, okay?
Mhm.
And in United States, you pay $2 for one bread, no?
Yeah.
This leaves me with the confidence that dollar cannot fall so much against euro or rise
Yeah, but
or
eh,
not. How,
it
how do
actually
you
can. I mean,
see it?
if you look
Here
at
I'm
the
completely blind.
huh?
Here I'm completely blind. I don't know how this works, but it somehow just feels to me that dollar cannot so much, you know, distantiate from euro value. So I would say it's from 0.8 to 1.2, not more.
Okay,
Ratio.
but this is on the trade side. Yeah, but if things are happening politically or whatever, what you have real capital stream moves. Yeah, where companies decide or whoever decides. You know, I'd rather have my reserves in another currency. This is when you see big moves.
Okay.
And you always see it if something's happening outside the US, the war starts or something like that. This normally strengthens the US dollar. If anything is happening in the States, this is really hurting the dollar much more than it actually is gaining the dollar when something happens outside. As soon as something happening inside the US, because it's the biggest reserve currency of the world. So if something happens within the States, you will see the dollar drop like a stone. Yeah. Because it is the biggest reserve currency. I mean, everybody's using it. Yeah. So, and that's where the biggest risk is. I mean, that's why these little bit forward-thinking companies and probably not stupid people say, okay, it's maybe not so stupid to have a little bit of Bitcoin in our balance sheet, not only US dollars. Yeah. Because one day something might happen. Yeah. I mean, what we've seen towards the capital, what was going on there. I mean, this was close to civil war. I mean, this is a revolution. Yeah. And I don't think it's the last thing that will happen in the States. Yeah. This Trump is still somewhere there in the background. And don't forget, it's nearly 50% of the Americans who voted for him. So 50% seem to be very unhappy.
Yeah.
And don't forget, it's a country where everybody has a gun.
Yeah.
That doesn't help the situation.
That doesn't help them.
No, when Corona started in the States, they had queues of hundreds of meters in front of the gun shops. That was the first thing the guy said. Well, there's pandemic, it's crisis. I don't know really what it is. I better get another gun or some munition. This is how these guys think over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
No, but I tell you, it's very dangerous. Huh? It's very, very dangerous.
Okay. Okay.
So, but this is also the signs that actually can make a dollar very weak, very fast. Something's happening there. Everybody's getting rid of the dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
or vice versa, look at the Swiss franc. Swiss franc's always been a safe haven. Yeah. But with gold and Swiss franc, it's always been the safe haven, especially Swiss francs. As soon as anything is happening in the world, people are buying Swiss francs. I mean, we are 9 million people here. Yeah.
Yeah, and Swiss is historically always independent. That is one.
Yeah, but this is psychologically. What's the point? Yeah. I mean, that's such a small country. If anybody wants, I mean, there's 3 big countries that are bordering directly. Yeah? If anybody wants, it's going to take 15 minutes. Yeah, and Switzerland is history. So, but it's very funny. Yeah? How the people think. Switzerland, oh, good, safe, very good.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it. Yeah.
But so tell me then. So if I see war anywhere on the world popping up, like and United States flying into there, I should expect dollar to be rising. You're saying that?
If something happens in the States?
No, outside.
Normally, when there's a war starting outside, normally the dollar is going up.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but look. Yeah.
Go on. If you want to say something additionally, just hit it, and I will wait with the question.
No, it's fine. I'm
Okay.
good.
So, Katya, thank you for the question. Isn't Swiss franc limited with 1.2?
No, it
Now,
was. It was.
what is the 1.2? Please, I don't understand this question.
Okay. At one stage, the Swiss franc was rising a lot, and everybody was worried that this is a big problem. So the central bank decided that a Swiss franc or €1 should always be worth at least 120 Swiss franc. Yeah? Because they didn't want the Swiss franc to go stronger than 120 against the euro. And this was valid for not very long, a few months, I think. And then they decided that was not really a good idea. And it went straight down in 0.88 or something like that. Madness. Yeah.
Oh, matter.
It was a disaster for so many exporters in Switzerland, the big companies. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
It was like their balance sheet was bombed with 30%. Yeah.
Wow.
from 1 second to the other.
Yeah. Ooh,
Total madness.
That's hard.
So now it's free floating again. No? It's just and it found itself around, I don't know, 110 or whatever it is at the moment, 108, 110. So end of the day, the market needs to find the right value. Yeah. But there's always some politicians or some interests or lobbies or whatever who like to try at least to influence the value of the currency, depending on what just fits them right now, what is best for them. Yeah. And this is a big problem. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a big difference. Yeah.
Okay. So my theory is busted, right? Even if we have fiat against fiat, we clearly see that the 30% drop is quite possible, right? It's not so unusual.
Absolutely.
Huh? It's not.
Yeah, but let's just wait until the next one says that we're going to leave the EU.
Oh yeah.
That's going to hit the euro like a hammer. Yeah.
Okay. Super. Yeah. Please, everybody, if somebody has a question, if somebody wants to add something, you're free to join us. You can unmute or you can put the question in the Zoom chat. However, so let me just go quickly through. So on one hand, in Forex, we have centralized powers that have the power to regulate, okay, what's going on. So this is the downside of the Forex if you're not connected very well to these forces, so to say. On the other hand, crypto is much more fair towards the traders. You can see if something changes, if something, I don't know, some project puts out something new, and so on. So you can be more sure that the price is not regulated, but it's rather than regulated, it's left to the markets to decide where it's going to go, or up or down. So it's more fair. But the downside is maybe this more volatility that, on the other hand, it could not, I mean, you could see it as a downside if you don't want so much of it. But if you want more volatility, then it's good, of course. I mean, we see that people are hammering with trading on leverage trading, right? Which is something that was established Forex, right? Before the Forex, there was no leverage trading, or am I wrong?
I think on the futures eventually, but they came maybe later, yeah. But margin trading, I mean, you see the big brokers, plus 500 and what they're called. They also try to do that you have leverage even on crypto, but this is not straight crypto, then it's CFDs on crypto or whatever.
Yeah.
But of course, it's on one hand, okay, you can leverage your position, this and that. But on the other hand, you have the margin calls. Yeah. And they are one reason for the volatility as well, because if everybody needs to get out at the same time, of course it's a problem. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. So everybody, this is why we see so big drops. These are the liquidations. from exchanges that offer margin trading, okay?
Yes.
Like BitMEX, FTX, I don't know, Binance as well. I saw that they enabled as well the margin. So
yeah,
this is where those drops and ticks are coming out.
Yeah, because you're artificially raising the volume without actually substance behind it. So, and this is the problem. This is the problem.
Because in margin trading is actually just the contracts, right?
Yes.
Which is
Yeah.
okay. Everything clear. Cool. I think we pretty much nailed it. However, there is one more thing I would like to address, and this is tools. If you compare, you know, okay, we are building, and I think we are thinking very forward, very advanced when we say, okay, now you can set up alert on coin market alert, and when it's triggered, you can, bam, with single click, you can execute the trade, you know. I mean, this is something that we don't see, we haven't seen in the past in the crypto markets. But how about Forex?
What do you mean exactly now?
I mean, what are the tools that are used in Forex? Do you have such, I don't know, applications that enable you to watch the markets, the news, and
yes, of course, all this
indicators and
exists,
everything, and then you trigger trades automatically, maybe even, I don't know. What's your experience?
Yeah, of course, there's a lot of trading bots, signal bots, everything is automated, algo trading, everything is there, everything is there.
So it's very much more developed than crypto, probably, huh?
Of course, it's been around longer and people try different things. Of course it is. Yeah.
And in sense of speed, the engines and applications and platforms are certified and much faster. And
yeah, and I mean, they kind of found one
protocol.
Yeah, they found the fixed protocol. I don't know which version is out there now. The author, it was fix 5.0 or something like that. But everybody's using the same interface, so it's very easy to connect to each other. Everybody's using the same protocol, like a Swift. Yeah. Like in Swift, where you have an MT100, MT200, so it's clear formats. It's an absolute standard protocol for everybody. So you can connect right, left, center. Yeah.
This is what we want to do. We are bringing the standardization into
exactly.
Cool. We have a question. Katya, thank you for the question. What is your opinion on Forex robots?
Yeah, what is my opinion? I mean, I'm generally not a big friend of robots. Yeah.
Why is that so?
Because what do? They do exactly what you want them to do. We talked the other day about the charts, that it's very funny that the moves are within the lines. 30-day moving average, 60-day moving average. Yeah, but this is because, I mean, 99% of the robots, they are programmed to do that. Either they're programmed to break out or they're programmed to range trading, but everything is in response to these lines. Yeah. So I don't know. You know, a robot cannot react on actual news or events happening. It can just calculate on numbers, right? So if something's going on, or there's a breaking news coming out that I don't know what happened, the robot can't read this. No. He can only read what's happening in the market or what's happening with the price.
It's actually purely technical analysis based, right?
And the thing is, as far as I understood, you can only program a robot in one way. Either you think that you have it range trading and you make money if it stays in the range, or you program it for breakouts. So that's why very little of these machines actually consistently make money. Because if there's a change in market sentiment, then your strategy doesn't work anymore, right?
Doesn't work anymore, exactly.
So
this is my experience as well with robots. And this is why we at Palma, we said, no, we're not gonna, I mean, Palma bot doesn't do automated trading, right? It just offers you that you can preset every trade that you want. and that you can secure it. So, and this is something that you said really well, I believe. I mean, when you set up a robot, it might be working very good on a set of data, okay? But when it comes then to the next steps, which you cannot predict up front, it can work for some time really good. But if sentiment changes, if something comes up, the black swan happens. Of course, these are the things that are impossible to predict, even with very good technical analysis and indicators.
Yeah.
So you should always have control in your hand. This is my message to everybody. And you should be aware of scams as well. If I may add from a software expert point of view, I mean, I've seen so many good tries, even MLMs. You know, there is one that was 1 year ago. They were selling 2 robots. Each of them had a name, and you could buy a robot, and then you could preset your robot so that he would do buys and sells wherever you wanted. And they were selling like, yeah, and you know, those trades will go on, will trigger eventually. You know, they are there, they will be triggered, and when they triggered, I will have profit. And it was a MLM based on this fairy tale, so to say. So people like to believe in fairy tales more than in real life situations. So please be careful when it comes to robots. And yes, maybe some more questions.
Yeah, I just want to add. So I think I know what you are speaking about marketing these products and using MLM. My opinion is nothing wrong with MLM.
No,
because a lot of companies selling, I don't know, vitamins or cosmetics or computers or whatever, and this is just legal. So the problem is that the product is not working or the service. Yeah. And they use the multi-level system or other system or referral to selling their product. This is, I just wanted to say, in my opinion, is nothing wrong with the LMM. This is just the way of marketing.
Nice addition.
And regarding the robots, I was listening interesting discussion, because everybody say the robot is only good in the conditions for which is programmed. So exactly. if it's all the circumstances are predictable, and then the program is good and it's behaving very good. But then if you compare it to the automatic driving cars or aeroplanes, because if you go to the flight, it's a big possibility that part of the flight it's on automated robot. Of course, different than Forex or crypto, but still that means there is a program who observes all the data, I don't know, the temperature, the height, whatever, and it flies better than the pilot, the live pilot, because probably he sees better and so on and so on, he's faster and so on. So don't you think that the robot in combination with human interpretation, so all together, can be very good combination?
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yes, but this is exactly the point. Yeah.
Yeah. Without human interaction. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's an illusion that you buy a robot and you just press the button on, and then 1 year later you are super rich. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just not happen. It's just not happening.
Not happening.
Yeah, I think if somebody will do such a robot, it will first run a limited period of time, and second, why would he sell this robot to me? So if it's working, it's his. So probably for limited time and limited community. No, then it's other thing I wanted to mention, because if you observe the differences between the currencies, so for example, dollar goes up or down, or euro or whatever, I think this has a way bigger impact than just on Forex traders. because I was observing, and I'm still observing, what happens on the borders. You mentioned Switzerland and to the bordering country. What happens when the balance between euro or Swiss franc is changing? Then people who living in these regions near border start to work in one country and spend money in the other. For example, if Austria is cheaper than Switzerland, then they try to get a job in Switzerland, but live and spend and go to restaurant in Austria. And also in Slovenia, we have this the same, even with the same currency, we are facing the situation. Of course, now with Corona, it's limited, but people were special because it's smaller regions and you can just drive over the border and so. So people were taking gas in one country, go to restaurant in another, and work in the third. Because so that means that if these currencies or prices are changing for the economy, this can have a huge consequences.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, what you're referring to is this so-called Big Mac index that you actually can see in each country. How much is the dollar worth in my country, actually?
Yeah.
Because even the same currency can have a totally different value depending on where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this we are talking about, I would say, normal or regular market, so not Cuba or something, but Europe. And also, when I was at first at the one, I would say, event, it was a congress, a Fonds Congress in Vienna. There was one good guy giving a lecture and said, please, whatever you will do, you will earn money, you will lose money, but please try to limit your trades on soya or on corn or on food, because if the price goes up, there is 5 or 10% or 20% of people who cannot afford to buy it, and some people just start to starve because of your speculations. And say, please never speculate or do something wild on a food. You can do on everything else, but not on a food. So this I remember. I think it's very interesting.
Okay.
It didn't really hurt the Novartis share, did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly,
we are closing the seventh hour. So I would like to just officially finish for today, but we can discuss further if you want later. So Bertram, what do you say regarding the real trades today? What is my suggestion, however, is that we don't do any trades today, and the lesson is, when there is a market that is going horizontal, sideways, and you can't decide, it's better to do nothing.
Of course.
Is that correct?
You don't trade just to trade. You only trade when you have an idea.
You see, I learned something as well. Okay, so I will be sending the vote on the coin, which one we want to do next. I didn't do the coin analysis today because the debate went so nicely, and all of a sudden there was 7 o'clock already. So thank you everybody for being with us, and see you next time. So but stay tuned, I will just cut off the recording now. Okay.
Yeah.